Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled, "She pulled up with 5 kids and expected him to feed them all." Guys, some of these women are so damn entitled, and it's crazy to think that these are single mothers who expect this kind of treatment from men. So let's jump into it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
To be skinny, or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want her,
No, I want a skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, a skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny?
Mama, you pretty.
Sit back. Look, you ain't gotta go over and hug me and tell me that. Jace, I know you said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I fat? What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What?
I'm just saying. I
love you. I'm just saying
No,
you
baby.
getting a little big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big like that. Yeah.
If there is one thing that modern mothers have never learned, it's that you never ask a child their opinion on something unless you're mentally prepared for a brutally honest answer.
So he thinks he has me this time.
I know it.
What do you got?
I'm going to do something that women can't do.
Okay. Drink coffee? There are women that drink coffee. Just because I don't drink coffee don't mean there aren't other women that drink coffee. Is it chewing your toothpick? Because I'm betting there's some butch women that chew toothpicks. Grow a beard. I'm in perimenopause. I can grow a beard if I want to.
I told you, I can do stuff that she can't do.
What are you talking about? You still
You know
ain't
what I'm
done
talking about.
nothing. You haven't done anything yet.
It is absolutely hilarious how in today's day and age, being able to stay silent for a few minutes is considered a mind-blowing superpower that modern women cannot possibly comprehend.
This fool gonna tell me I got an attitude because I want a man that's 40 and up with no kids. And he got all these kids.
You do got an attitude.
Don't.
You do got an
No, I
attitude.
don't. No, I don't.
So
It
here's
ain't nothing wrong with me wanting a man with no kids so we can have kids.
you want a seasoned man. You want a seasoned man, 40 and up, with no children.
That's right.
Like,
that's right.
good luck
that's
with
right.
finding that because
I will.
You wait
I
till
will.
but you
I
wait.
don't want no man
wait a
with
minute.
a whole bunch of kids
So
already.
sure, you wait till we get on the.
She doesn't want a man with kids because she wants that man's undivided attention and financial support of her life and the lives of her children, which, by the way, she already has. It's as clear as day.
So we get to this date. We've been talking for a week
I
on the
don't
phone.
care.
You ain't say nothing about no
Yeah.
kids, nothing
That's
like
why
that.
we on a date. We
Okay,
getting to
so
know
we on
each
a date.
other. Now you
So-
know what I want.
Okay, and you recording? You how old and you recording?
That's right,
You
I'm
how
recording.
old and you recording
Because I
me?
want everybody to
You
see
recording me?
that this man calling me, telling me
You are.
that
You are.
I'm
You
tripping.
Are. You are.
just
You
because
You are.
my standards
never,
is I
ever-
want a man
Yo,
that
the
don't
percentage
have no kids.
the percentage of you finding a man with no kids, 40 and up, is super low.
These women think that because they saw something in a movie once, that somehow means that the odds of them finding a man to meet her insanely specific demands is somehow obtainable.
No, it's not.
Good luck with
no,
that.
it's not.
Good luck
no,
with
it's
your
not.
journey.
No, it's
you
not.
wasted
no,
my
it's
time.
Not. No,
and
you
ain't
wasted my
You
time.
wasted my
No.
time. You,
He wasted my time.
Hey, you know what? It's whatever.
You can leave. You can leave.
Oh, so now you
you
got
can
attitude.
leave.
So now you got
No,
attitude.
I ain't got no attitude.
Okay, well,
you
let's
don't want
see.
to tell me I got
Okay,
attitude,
well,
but
let's
that
see
don't
how you
mean I
feel.
got an attitude.
Okay, well, let's see
Just
when
'cause
you
say I got
you gonna find a
attitude.
man with kids.
I bet you
40
I
and
will.
up.
I
You
bet
gonna
you I
find-
will.
all right,
I don't want
whatever.
no man that
You
got
know
all
what?
these kids
I don't know where
hopping
you going.
around.
I bet you
Where you
better vote.
going? Where you going?
Look, and goodbye.
Well, goodbye.
The amount of verbal mistreatment and gaslighting she just gave this guy for no reason is unreal. This man did nothing wrong besides being honest, which in modern women's terms is an unspeakable crime.
You should be hopping into my bed like that.
If I could.
What are you doing tonight?
Don't know. Not
Okay.
for now.
Okay, let me get your number.
I'm alright, thank you. I'm good. I got a girlfriend.
Oh, does she have a bush?
Yeah, I think so.
The thing that's unattractive about what she did was the fact that she did it for content purposes to try and shame men for having preferences when it comes to body hair. It's pretty disturbing.
If you had a kid and they were doing against what, you just disown them?
Until they clean their life up, yeah.
You're a bad parent.
Wow.
Okay, listen, let's dive into this just a little bit. My daughter calls me up and she's like, hey, Dad, you know, I'm still going to be doing but I'm kind of thinking about not doing it, right? I would say, yes, absolutely, don't do it. In her situation, she's like, no, he would totally be cool with it.
You're saying you would disown your child. You're saying you would say, be gone, child.
What was the context? The context is until what?
The question was straightforwardly asked.
A straightforward question was asked and a straightforward answer was given. Fathers are naturally ashamed of daughters who get into spicy content, material. It's shameful, it's wrong, and he has every right to not be okay with it, in my opinion.
If you found out your daughter had friends, what would you do?
And I said, until she cleaned up, I would not be participating with her or allow her in my life.
You said you would.
It's probably easier for them.
Why is that awful?
Because you're not supporting your child
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not supporting bad, horrible decisions that they're making.
But you shouldn't
I'm
disown
making
them.
them face consequences.
A decision doesn't make them as a whole, though.
Yeah, the thing
You all know better.
No,
You literally told me you know for sure what you're
didn't
doing
say
is bad, and you're just going to do it anyway. And then you're like, Dad, support it. It's crazy.
This begs the question, who's the worst family member? The ones who refuse to support a daughter who makes spicy content, or the ones who disrespected everything her father did for her by starting an OF page?
I am once again begging straight men on dating apps to describe what they have to offer.
So I have a new car. It's a year old. I play guitar. I'm pretty good at it. I'm starting my own business. My fans bought me an office. I'm doing great on social media. Here's my TikTok. And here's my YouTube. I'm kind of artistic. I have colored pencils. I lift weights. I know how to cook. I'm starting a life coaching practice because I'm great at emotional communication. And I keep the house pretty clean. Also, a lot of women think that I'm pretty attractive. So the woman I'm looking for doesn't use voice when she's angry.
This guy is listing all of the reasons why he's not willing to get into a relationship, and in short, there is nothing that woman can offer him that he can't make for himself.
You see a plus-size baddie on a dating app, are you swiping right or left?
Personally, I'm gonna have to swipe left. I don't know, I'm just a really outdoorsy person. I'm a fit person, I play soccer, so I think that's my answer.
You would not date someone plus size?
I would not, yeah.
Do you think your boys would roast you if you ended up dating a plus size girl?
They're gonna roast me.
Did you notice how she asked him the same question repeatedly? She's just trying to shame him to change his answer to make her feel better about her blatant laziness. It's not going to work with men like that.
I had crossed some boundaries. We didn't as a couple cross any physically, but between the concerns she already had and some of the things that I said, she decided to essentially test my own convictions. So we're on a car ride home together, and she just looks at me and says, we're already thinking about getting engaged, and we're thinking about getting married, fairly soon. I'm probably okay if we go ahead and sleep together now in light of that. And that's something that we had talked about early on, waiting, saving ourselves for marriage. And so that's the conversation we had. And she decided to put it into the test, and I failed. And
whoa. Dude, run from this. Run from this, okay? Just run from this. Because here's the deal. It sounds like you were in a relationship with a very manipulative person.
This is so messed up. She didn't want to sleep with him until after marriage. Then she tested him, by the way, by seducing him into sleeping with her. And then she humiliated him after doing so. Honestly, this woman's a psychopath.
All married women, by the way. The entire video is just her with her married girlfriends taking pregnancy tests before they fly back home to their husband. She pinned this comment reading, "I'm not sure how people interpreted this as you all hooking up with random men on your trip." How else was this video supposed to be interpreted? The whole thing is just a humiliation ritual for these feminists to put their husbands down because they get off on stuff like that.
This is exactly why men are not okay with women going on these quote-unquote girls trips together. If they have to film themselves taking pregnancy tests, then they are not worthy of a man's trust, respect, or even commitment at all, in my opinion.
Can we please normalize men coming up to women again? I'm so annoyed that the feminist movement and all these very entitled females now made it like almost basically impossible for a man to never not seem creepy. And I'm just like, here, like, what the heck? If you don't come up to me, I think you're a weak man. And you may not be. You probably aren't, because it'd be impossible for every man to be a weak man, especially at the gym that I go to. But, damn. The feminists really, really ruined men need things. Shame on you, feminists.
Men have significantly more to lose when approaching women than the other way around, and that's been made worse with modern women's contempt for men. So if a woman wants a guy, she's going to need to make things happen herself a lot of the time, which of course will never happen.
You think you're a catfish or not?
No.
You don't think you're a catfish?
No.
I fuck with the confidence still. So we're gonna go up to random people and ask them whether you're a catfish or not.
Okay.
That's cool?
Yeah.
Catfish, bro.
Catfish?
Catfish.
Why?
What happened?
What do you mean?
I don't know, just, you know, you done your makeup slightly different as well. I'm sorry, you're a catfish. I'm not buying into it.
So what do you rate it in the video? What do you rate it in person?
In the video, you sold me, so I'm gonna say a good 9.
In person?
6.
With all of the makeup and filters that modern women use in their dating apps and social media pages, it's pretty much become catfish central to men. It just goes to show how little they can actually be trusted.
I want you to understand.
Okay.
A man who has to put himself in the top 10%, top 5%, top 3%, top 1%, automatically he has to go raise another man's child, and he does not even get his own biological child. That's a bad deal.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's all about you and what you want. This is part of this high value thing. It's made women say, "Oh, I want that lifestyle, but I'm not even willing to give the bare minimum." So let's ask this question. You're 29 with an 8-year-old,
Okay.
and you don't want any more kids. There's a 26-year-old, no child, and she wants 3 children, and she was raised to be a housewife. Why should he skip over her to get you?
Okay. Okay. I see
No,
what you're saying.
but why should he?
A 29-year-old single mother is looking for a rich, childless man who is fine with financially supporting her and her child, and in exchange, he doesn't get a child of his own. That's a deal that even average dudes would pass on.
How old are you guys?
How old do I look? Be
27, 28?
25.
27?
26.
Shut up.
Can I say? 35?
You look 35.
Wait.
And a rough 35 at
Sidebar
that.
with him really quick.
Yeah.
Sorry. You always go like whatever you.
I was going 4 years younger.
What did you just?
If a modern woman asks you to guess her age, the best course of action is just not to answer. Either way, you're going to be given a headache for answering incorrectly, so what's the point?
Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
What? I can't hug him?
No.
Why?
What you mean? No. You sleeping together?
I don't care. Can I have a hug?
Shawty.
He's weird. What the? He's gonna come home with me tonight either way.
She's wearing a sports bra and booty shorts and asking for hugs from random men. That guy would need to spend at least 3 hours in the shower after hugging her just to be on the safe side.
What the is up with men not being able to hear?
Honestly, it's not even as much that we didn't hear you the first time. It's more like it was so random and off the wall, and subject changed so hard that we have to say huh just to give ourselves a couple seconds to shift gears, realize what you're talking about, and then come up with an answer. Because we can completely shut off our brains, no problem, and you guys can't seem to do that. You're constantly talking in your head, and you're like speaking, and then 10 seconds later, it's just like a sharp right into some other conversation, and we're having trouble keeping up with what just happened.
The fact that dudes can shut off their brains is honestly a wonderful gift, and it seems like any gifts that dudes naturally have as a man is considered dumb or offensive to modern women.
So we say huh or what to give us 5 seconds to shift gears and realize that we're changing subjects to something completely unrelated, and then we have to come up with a proper response.
You know that there's women out there who see this dude's completely rational explanation as offensive because they are incapable of understanding that men naturally see and interpret things differently than women.
Because if you dating a girl and you finally decide to go around her family and ain't nothing but women, that's your sign to run. Okay? Her mama don't got no men. Her grandma don't got no men. Her great grandma don't got no men. The aunties don't got no men. The friends don't got no men. Nobody, the god sister don't got no men. The best friends don't got no men. Ain't nothing but women. Run. Don't stick around and get her pregnant, because them women got mouths on them. Don't no men want to be bothered with them. Nobody got no men. Why would you stay? Your fault, goofy.
Even if you're a good guy and you think this is a good woman, her entire family is going to be rooting against you the entire time, and they'll convince her, or at least try to convince her, to leave you because you're a man and all men are evil, apparently.
¿Qué haces, mi vida?
¿Viendo una receta, mi amor?
¿Una receta?
Sí.
Yo también me voy a poner a ver recetas, ¿oíste?
¿Qué pasa? ¿Viendo una receta, mija? ¿Viendo una receta de que mañana te quiero hacer un pollo diferente?
Pollo diferente. Yo también me voy a poner a hacer recetas para ver si te va a gustar.
Mira, ve.
¿Ah?
Estoy viendo una receta de un
Sí,
pollo.
dale, tranquila, tranquila.
If a woman is looking at thirst traps posted by men, immediately lies about it, and then gets aggressive, then that marriage is already over. It's just a matter of time by that point.
What's the manliest thing about you?
I ride a motorcycle. Drink whiskey, eat steaks.
How do you feel about women?
What's the secret?
I mean,
What do you want?
me, I want a provider and a protector.
We can go for a ride. We can do pizza. We can do barbecue. We can do cuddles. We can watch a movie.
That's what we would do.
Yeah, coffee. Not gonna buy you a house. Not gonna buy you a big giant ring. I'm not gonna buy you a car.
Really?
Yeah.
This is very disappointing, Freddie.
All of these women want providers and protectors, and they're also judging men for not being masculine enough. This just begs the question, why should men bother with a woman like that in the first place?
So the girl in my comments that said that my husband would leave me because I decided to be a housewife. You were right. I realized after I read your comment that I am totally missing out. I should be in an office pretending to like Janet and her cats. And I should totally be sitting in traffic for 45 minutes, crying in my casual, but not really casual, cheap office outfit. And I just cannot thank you enough for waking me up to the fact that the life that I have today, making a homemade soup for my husband, waiting for him to get home from work, was the wrong thing to do. I should have kept on hustling to my office job. I should have kept being friends with Janet, who only has a cat, and she was gonna be such a good influence in my life, and I just probably wanted to be like Janet, but I decided to find a husband who protects me and provides for me, takes care of me, loves me, honors me, admires me. That was really stupid of me, so.
The women who leave comments like that are hopelessly single women who are clearly just jealous of housewives who are happy to provide a peaceful life to a man who loves them. It's all just bitter projection.
Oh my god. Ryan, I have to go to work. Take this off now.
I can't take the wrap off. Someone has to do it.
This is so freaking embarrassing. I cannot believe it.
She tried to hit him over a prank. If she did the same thing to his car, then it would be seen as harmless. But because it's done to her car, then he's controlling and toxic.
And I've got some news today.
What?
You know yours and Mum's anniversary is coming up.
Yeah.
Mum said if you get her one more bad present,
Yeah.
she'll burn it.
Right.
So I'm thinking
Yeah.
we should get her a candle.
You have to admit that's a smart kid right there, and you can clearly tell that she has a father who's active in her life. You've got to love to see stuff like that compared to what we normally see on the internet these days.
Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire.
What's the difference between a wet raccoon
and Donald J. Trump's hair. A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank.
All politics aside, you have to admit this guy has his moments of brilliance when it comes to tossing burns against would-be smack talkers.
How you doing? Good. Good.
What's going on here?
We hungry. We hungry.
It's not the kids. Like, what are they doing here?
What you mean what they doing here? I thought you was gonna feed us. My baby's hungry.
I can't feed her. Hey, well, look, this is the first day. We got to get to know each other before I even get in your kids.
Baby, this is a package deal.
Package
my
deal.
kids.
We're not doing this where you bring your kids here to get fed. Like, nah, I ain't even got money for that.
Trying to guilt trip a random dude into feeding an entire family of kids to a single mother is absolutely deplorable. That is not a package deal. That is a hostage crisis at that point.
And he looked like he can pay for his own meals. 12. He is not 12. He got a beard.
He's 12.
Nah, we not doing it, all right?
Are you serious?
If you wanted a free meal, you could have texted me that you wanted a free meal. Yeah, I gotta. This ain't. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Hey, brother. What? We said we hungry, okay?
I got time for.
Hey! You don't want to know what happened to the last dude that stepped out on the bill, all right?
Let him know, Day.
You gonna pay for us. We's hungry.
Tell him, Day.
This is obviously a skit, but it's kind of interesting how this woman had someone violently intimidate a dude into paying for the meal of an entire family, and it's being played for laughs.
Okay, you know, since it's the first day, I feel like we can make things work. You know what I'm saying? See how it goes. You know what I mean?
Y'all like that kid?
Yeah. Cool.
Come on.
All right, let's go.
Make good decisions.
But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.